Today I'm going to give you a technique supplement for the exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on off. The one thing I really need you all to pay attention to is where the sound is pointing to. You do not want the air or the sound to be going back, because you will have a very swallowed sound. It'll be like, oh. So it sounds very, oh, it sounds like Schmeagol. It sounds like Schmeagol.
If you don't know who Schmeagol is, he's also known as Gollum. He's from Lord of the Rings.
Unless you want to have that sound when you sing, which could be a great character voice, but if you're using bel canto singing, that is not something you want to do.
You might be wondering, what in the world is bel canto singing, Miss Sanders? And I'm going to tell you. So this is a style of singing you would hear in opera, also in older musical theater, such as Sound of Music, West Side Story, and My Fair Lady, among many, many more examples.
Obviously, if you are not trying to use a bel canto technique, ignore what I just said. But if you're going for a more Western sound, a bel canto sound, you want your sound to go forward. I always think of it being kind of behind my teeth on the roof of my mouth, right here. Try to hiss like a cat. If you go like this, try it again. One more time. That's where you want your air and your sound to go. You want it to go right there on the hard palate, that roof of your mouth that's hard. If you feel with your tongue right behind your teeth, that's your hard palate. If you move backward, it kind of scoops up. And if you go back a little more, you're getting toward your uvula. It's kind of that hangy downy thing in the back. So you're thinking, I'm creating that sound going forward. Another way I can do it is, if you've ever been fishing, I've been fishing before, and you're casting your line, you're using your fishing pole, and you're casting that line forward into a lake. That's where I usually go fishing. So casting that line into a lake, you want to think of your sound arching forward. That helps me do that. Obviously, if you're on stage, you're not gonna be doing these weird movements. That's not gonna happen because you would look insane. But for right now, when we're practicing, you are getting it into your muscle memory. So muscle memory is just like what you have to do when you learn to walk. When you're a baby, you might take a step and then you fall down. Then you might take a step again and you fall down. Then you might take 2 steps and you fall down. Eventually your muscles get used to doing the things they need to do, and you balance your body the correct way.
Muscle memory is being able to move without having to think about it. It's just automatic. But it only happens through repetition or practice. So when we're talking about muscle memory and placing your sound forward, you have to do that for many times, intentionally, doing it while thinking, I'm placing my sound forward, I'm placing it forward. You have to do that hissing, you have to do those movements to make the sound come forward. You have to do that so many times before it becomes automatic. Don't think, oh, I did it 3 times. Now I will never forget. No, no, no. You have to do it many, many times before you don't have to think about it anymore. Here's a visual for you all. As you can see, the arrow is pointing forward. You should be thinking and pointing your air and sound forward. Unless you are singing whistle tone like Mariah Carey or singing the Queen of the Night aria, you should be thinking forward.
That's what we're doing with this technique when I say use your fingers and point forward or cast your line. All of those things are just tools we're using so your muscles inside your mouth get used to doing what they need to do to make that sound go forward. the other way, it would sound like oh. I'm going to do it with the casting so you can see what that looks like as well. Okay, I hope that helped a little bit. If you have any questions, send me an email and let me know, and I will do my best to answer your questions.